35. That's how many views the typical YouTube video gets. Nearly 90% of all videos uploaded to YouTube never even cross 1,000 views. That is why you can follow all the best creator advice, optimize every detail, and still end up broke and confused. But maybe getting 1,000 views shouldn't even be your goal. In this video, I want to zoom out and show you the 5 classes of YouTube channels, what each one optimizes for, and what you should stop paying attention to. Hi, my name is Valentin, and this is a channel about the reality behind the content. Looking how creators like you build an audience, stay creative, and pay rent. And this is a new series I'm starting called The Looong View, where we take a big picture look at the forces that shape the creator economy. So in this first installment, I want to discover what even is a content creator and why you can follow all the best advice and still fail. Everyone who uploads to the internet is now called a content creator. That includes someone posting for self-expression, someone running a venture-backed media company, and somebody farming AdSense with AI videos. But we all put them in one giant bucket. And then you wonder why creator advice feels so contradictory. So let's sort this out in this grand taxonomy of creators. Let's start this with the individual. They arrived first and turned YouTube into the foundation of the creator economy. They are the pioneers. And this is what most people think of when they hear the word YouTuber. For the individual, the content is the person. They are fueled by the need to create, and they would likely be making something even if no one was watching.
I would be much happier doing this if it were purely just like the fun of creating exactly what I want to create all the time.
Their engagement is deep, personal, and parasocial.
Especially with the kind of videos I make and the topics I talk about, they're kind of personal, but it's really comforting to know that there are so many people who can relate and struggle with the same things.
So if you're an individual, the content is you. You're selling a perspective, not just information. The vibe is essentially, I made this, I love it, and I hope you do too. So people aren't watching for the topic, you're watching for the person. It is the feeling of grabbing a coffee with a friend. The value these channels offer is connection. But if they're trying to optimize for the next category, they're very likely to burn out sooner or later. Moving up the curve, we get the view maximizer. They have found the mechanisms of the platform, how to get the most views, and they're exploiting it for maximum reach. And I really don't mean that in a bad way. Their motivation is simply virality. They treat YouTube like a competitive sport, and they're trying to beat the game. It is spectacle content designed for mass appeal. And most YouTube advice is geared towards achieving their level of success.
0 to 100K in just 5 months.
But what you see on your homepage are the 4% of YouTube videos that account for 94% of views on the platform. That's the power law of YouTube. The vibe is essentially, I'm gonna make as many videos possible until one breaks through, and then repeat that over and over and over again. Because that's what it takes to always go viral.
People are not going to be friends in this box.
We got money, bro!
This is real USD!
This is the digital coliseum. You're there to see the impossible, the expensive, and the extreme. You aren't there to make a friend. You're there for the adrenaline of experiencing something extraordinary. But right now, you might be wondering, what is this curve about? And I love this diagram because most things can be explained with existing frameworks. And this is the technology adoption curve. Usually it is used to talk about how people start using new technology like iPhones or AI. But if we apply it to creators, it explains something even more important. It shows us that the creator economy isn't just one big blob. It is a progression. It started with the risk takers who were just curious and moved toward the people who are looking for efficiency and scale. So when you start seeing it that way, you realize that failing often just means you playing the game of what's popular right now instead of your own game. So what if you don't need to go viral and have no need for self-expression? You just want to stay relevant. That is when we get the traditional broadcasters who have slowly adopted YouTube. Some sooner, some later, but as YouTube is becoming television, they had to move. Their motivation is to stay relevant and continue to be part of the cultural conversation. These are the legacy media brands who use YouTube as another distribution outlet. To them, performance of a single video doesn't really matter. It is all about total reach over time. Their vibe is to repurpose everything everywhere. They play a volume game that no one else can match, enabled by a system and staff unlike anybody else on this list. This is the big stage. It is the high fidelity, professional, and familiar. You watch it because it represents a shared cultural moment. The value here is authority. Knowing that what you're watching is what everybody else is talking about too. But can you be successful with very few videos and low views? That's when we get to the businesses, the latest adopters of YouTube, and what I see being talked about more and more online. These companies aren't creators first, they just saw how well online video works to build trust and a reputation. Their motivation isn't reach or being talked about, although that's a very nice benefit. Their key metric is conversion.
Like, it's not about views, it's about getting the right people and converting them.
Getting people to give them their money after watching a video. For this group, content isn't the product. Content is part of the marketing funnel for a product. The vibe is, we don't need millions of views, we just need qualified leads. You aren't building an intimate relationship with them, you're looking for a transformation. Their value lies in their utility. But then there's one more group that not many people ever talk about. The operators. They've been there the whole time. And they don't really care about any of it. Or maybe all of it. Let me explain. This is the faceless channel economy. The passive income bros, their motivation isn't expression, it is arbitrage. Channels where you have no idea who's behind them. And from my research, they don't care much about what the content even is. Their main motivation is to make passive income with the lowest effort possible. They aren't looking for fame, they're looking for SEO ranking and volume. They treat YouTube like a slot machine, where the content is just a canvas for AdSense. This is functional media. Rain sounds, sleep stories, generic lo-fi for study music, or top 10 facts to kill some time. You really don't care who made this, you just need to perform a task. The value here is convenience. And this is just a top-level overview of the main categories. I've put together a much deeper investigation into this taxonomy that expands the creator spectrum even further, so you can understand the variety of channels that exist and how one can be better to achieve your goals versus the other. Link for that is down in the description. Now, I hope you see what success looks like and what to focus on changes dramatically depending on the class that you want to play. And so this taxonomy is designed to give you a compass in this constantly changing landscape, to help you understand what the game is that you're actually trying to play. Because the moment you start playing by your own rules, the pressure can completely disappear. You suddenly don't need millions of views, you just gotta know your direction. And this whole channel is built for the people who choose the individual creator path. And I want to help you build a loyal audience and make enough money to pay rent. So if you are an individual creator who always struggles to choose what video to make next, I'll share how I navigate this question in this video. And I hope to see you there. But first, I gotta pack some boxes.